Hello, and welcome to the LGBT Diaries, a podcast for teenagers who are questioning, out, or just interested. I am your host, Gwen Broadfield. In each episode, I will be interviewing a member of the community and asking them about their personal experiences, as well as their opinions on an important topic in the community. Before we begin the interviews, I wanted to dedicate an episode to explaining why I created this podcast and why it's personal to me. I am in the 10th grade at an IB school, which means I must create a personal project in order to graduate. To give you a basic definition, personal project is when students create a project with greater meaning through different stages: research, planning, and action. On the IB website, personal project is described as a way to, quote, encourage students to practice and strengthen their skills, to connect classroom learning engagements with personal experience, and to develop their own interest for a lifelong learning. End quote. So, personal project, as suggested by the name, must have a personal connection. I've contemplated the subject of my project for years. See, I knew that I wanted my project to mean something rather than just be a requirement to meet. I wanted my project to be something that I could be proud of. And so, after much careful thought and debate, the LGBT Diaries was born. Now, I'm not going to spend the next 10 minutes explaining every part of my process, but I do want you to understand why I created this project. My best friend has been out as a lesbian since the 7th grade, and while the school has been pretty welcoming, not everyone else has. She is often ignored or rejected by some of her family, as they do not approve. She has been stereotyped and laughed at, told that she's too young to know who she loves. I've watched this happen to her, to my other friends, and heard about it from countless strangers. I wanted to make this discrimination and hatred stop by bringing awareness to the community. However, I wanted to bring awareness to a certain part of the community, the youth. I want this podcast to demonstrate how LGBT youth are treated and how much they need support. As I began writing my podcast, I realized that I didn't just want to show their personal experiences, but also give their perspectives on issues facing the community. If I want this podcast to make a difference, to inspire others, if I want change, I have to talk about the issues that aren't always covered and give the perspectives that aren't always listened to. So, in the next 3 episodes, I will cover the following topics: legislation in the community, religion in the community, and discrimination in the community. These topics are often neglected or debated, and I wanted to gain perspective from members of the community. And, as an added bonus, each episode will end with the same topic: transgender rights. I know that this topic has been highly debated in the past years, but I wanted to show that teenagers have a perspective, and that's important to hear. So, as I leave you now, I thank you for listening, and I truly hope that you continue. All I ask is that you don't judge these opinions, but use them to expand your understanding and acknowledge that other perspectives do exist.